Finished for the day already, which is probably the earliest we finished, which is kind of in keeping with the fact that it was the most pointless of days. We have now heard the last of Derek Brice, and I am not sad about that fact. Bloody hell. I mean, talk about waste of time. I mean, we really covered nearly all of it in the last reaction, so I won't go over old ground, but he was fucking useless. We just went back to hear the follow-up questions, supplementary questions that had been posed by people who, by lawyers, following what he'd said in his first set. So there was nothing really earth-shattering came out of it. One of the things, one of the little tidbits, he was pushed on the fact that he didn't know anything about any of the sexual relationships. He said, well, on moral grounds, it would be more of a serious issue if a married officer had done it, as opposed to a single officer had engaged with sexist targets. Never mind the complete lack of consent for any of the women who were deceived into these sexual relationships. That doesn't seem to be an issue for him, which is what you'd expect. But he was pushed more on the dead children's identities. He really claimed that he knew nothing about it whatsoever, which, given that there were 5 undercover officers who joined the unit on his watch, who took on the identities of dead children, who were directed to do so by their managers. He was the senior manager. This is completely unbelievable. He is blatantly lying about this. He's pushed further on it. He's lying. I also, at the end of the questions from the counsel to the inquiry, John Mitting himself asked a question, and fair play to him, he did it in a way which I think was quite telling. He drew attention to the events of the 15th of June 1974 and asked Derek Brice if he remembered what happened that day, to which he went, I don't know anything about that. Not, I don't remember that, but which one was that then? He said, no, I don't know anything about that. Because, of course, that was the protest in Red Lion Square outside a National Front demonstration where Kevin Gately died. When he informed him of the details, Derek Brice said, I'm just remembering now, there was some sort of incident, now you're mentioning it to me. He was then shown a report which was after the fact, that talked about the fact that the SDS had given forewarning of the numbers involved so it could be better policed, which was a fucking failure, obviously, because someone died. He said, I've never seen that report before, so I can't help. To which Mitting went, forget the reports, I'm asking you about the forewarning for the event in which a young man lost his life. Do you have any memory of that forewarning? To which he went, oh no, I don't remember anything about it. He stuck to his guns, he didn't know nothing. I mean, it's hard to believe, to be honest, if you're in charge of it. Because remember, Derek Brice was not just the self-styled welfare officer he claims to be. He was also stand-in head of the unit for large periods of time during his tenure within the SDS. He was the only senior manager who was still alive from the time when Kevin Gately died. It was on his watch. It was on his watch that 5 officers came out with these bloody things. So, the dead kids' names. 1 second, sorry, I'll be back now. There was no one there. It's a lot of good, isn't it? It's bullshit. He fucking knew. He lied. He was lying to the chair. To be fair, but they're knocking on the door again. Sorry, excuse me. There was someone there this time. So he's a fucking liar about some horrible things. He blatantly did know about the dead children's identities. It is ridiculous to suggest he did not. He blatantly was aware of the controversies about certain undercover officers who were engaged in sexual relationships with women they were targeting. And he knew about the death of Kevin Gately because it was fucking common knowledge. And he was in charge at the time. The worst witness so far in the Undercover Policing Inquiry award goes to Derek Brice. What an absolute shitbag and a disgrace to the human race. Thanks very much. We'll be back tomorrow on day 8 of the Undercover Policing Inquiry, Tranche 1, Phase 3, where we'll be hearing from Jeffrey Kraft. Does anybody want to say anything about Jeffrey Kraft? No one wants to say anything about Jeffrey Kraft. Should be interesting. Hopefully, he'll give away a bit more, or at least answer the questions in a fulsome manner rather than going, no, don't remember, can't help, can't answer. All right, cheers all. Bye for now. How about 4 o'clock today? We'll be doing Twitter Spaces. Not at 7 p.m. like we normally doing them. Going to do a bit early, just because everything's finished early, and I forgot everything about it because it was such a non-event day. So see you at 4 o'clock. Cheers. Bye.